Greetings, Bible nerds! It is I, your friendly neighborhood Christian comic artist, Artsy Bible Nerd, ready to draw page 22 of Joseph, favored son of Israel. Took me a while to remember what it was actually called there. So we got, this is page 22. So I changed my mind. So originally, these characters were a little bit more static than they are right here. I just needed a little bit more action, a little bit more accusations. Joseph is pointing his finger as if he's the "I want you" ad, Uncle Sam. And we got some. Judah is ready to throw a punch in this corner, in this frame, that is. And the other brothers are going to be behind him. These other brothers are processing. They're in the works. So it's 1 versus 10. Not very good odds for Joseph. So let's continue drawing Joseph, favored son of Israel. So this is the frame that is not yet finished. Actually, neither of them are finished, but this one needs a little bit more work to be done to it. So I apologize for no soundtrack today. I was playing music last stream, and when I actually listened to the stream, when I watched the stream back, there was no music because I was using the mic that I talk into as I thought it was going to pick up the music that I was playing in the background, but it did not. The noise gate, the noise filter filtered all that out because it was noise. You kids and your rock and roll noise. Apparently, that generation was right. That rock and roll is noise pollution. Rock and roll. I can't sing that. I cannot sing that because I'm going to get stricken. I'm going to get copyright stricken. Let's give him some teeth, shall we? Let's give him a bottom row of teeth. Now I've got that song, that aforementioned song in my head. So my daughter plays that song. That's one of the songs that they were playing in her band, her marching band, which she marches in. Actually, she does not do any marching. She's in the pit. So the pit does not march. The pit just stays still. And they play all the percussion instruments. She plays some xylophone and she plays some drums on the rack. I keep wanting to call it a trap for some reason because I got General Akbar in my head. It's a trap! It is not a trap. It is a rack. There may be traps in the rack. Trap drums could possibly appear in the rack, but the apparatus itself is not a trap. The apparatus is a rack. All right, here we go. We've got some molars. Show some molars. So, people ask, how do you choose a style? How do you get a style when you start drawing? I still have not been able to answer that question, but this drawing is giving me Steve Ditko vibes. The original artist for Spider-Man is giving me Peter Parker vibes. And I can't tell you why that is exactly. But I do use the method that I use for heads is a pretty older 1960s method. It's called the Riley method, and I find that it's the most useful method for me for drawing heads. And I think most comic artists nowadays use the Loomis method. So that might, oops. See, here's what I got. I got 3 blue layers going on here. I don't know which layers which. 2 of them are actually blue, and the way that this application works is uh, if you save your blue layer, I don't know. I've been saving this file for quite a few times, but yet these 2 layers have not turned, like the blue layer, these little indications over here on the right with the blue squares in it. This layer, when I make that disappear, is blue to the eye, but the machine does not realize that it's blue. It's not indicated as being blue. So in order to make more blue lines, I had to make a blue layer on top of this quote-unquote blue layer. So, and then I don't know why I made a third blue layer. This is the shading. This is a lot of the values that I've been making, and these are the outlines that I've been making. Ooh, that's a pretty cool effect. It's like a ghost. You will rue the day that you put me into the cistern. Oh, I'm back. Here it is. I'm going to have to remember that someday when I want to draw a ghost. Are there any ghosts in the Bible? Someday when I want to draw, what's his name? Samuel talking to, no, it was uh, King Saul asked to bring up Samuel from the dead. And Samuel was like, "What have you done? Why are you doing this? Why did you wake me up from the dead?" What is this bleating of sheep I hear in my ears? By the way, that's the only time that I've ever used the word bleating. It's only when I quote that verse is when I use the word bleating of sheep. Meh, meh. And goat. The original definition of the word goat. All right. So, I accuse you. Why did you make me walk so far from Shechem to Dotan? Why did you make me have to say those words? So apparently I'm going to have to create a scene in order to get music to play as a soundtrack. I'm going to have to create a brand new scene in Slob's service. What do you call it? What's this thing called? Streamlabs. Streamlabs desktop for OBS. I'm going to have to create a brand new scene with my music. That's the only way it's going to work. I'm not using reference. Why am I drawing shadows without reference? Why do I think this is a smart move? Let's erase some of this. And then let's create another line here. So I was on Ukulele for Worship stream earlier today, and rumor had it that people thought that I had quit streaming, that I'm no longer streaming on Twitch anymore. I apologize for not announcing where I had been going. I did not expect to stop streaming, but some things happened in my life. Some emotional things happened in my life, and I meant to continue streaming, but did not actually continue streaming. And then I had some technical issues with the microphone, and I meant to stream, but could not be heard. So why bother streaming? So I had to buy a brand new microphone, which was more money than I expected to spend on streaming at all. Trying not to spend any money on streaming. I'm going to make this a shadow. There we go.